of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. Hey.
All right. I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners approves the August 15th, 2023 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Taylor. In accordance with Section 305.30 of the Ohio Revised Code and this Board's Resolution 21-0396, Part 9I, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the County Administrator's approval to. Is there any of these you want to? I was going to say.
Nope.
Okay.
Right ahead.
I'll make a motion to authorize to promote Melissa Ruiz to Social Service 3 FTM Coordinator for Jobs and Family Services to be effective as of Tuesday, September 5th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize to promote Jennifer Holt to Child Support Specialist for Jobs and Family Services to be effective as of Monday, September 18th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize a pay increase for Lisa Lermer, CSEA Lead Attorney, Child Support Division for Jobs and Family Services due to job description was refactored by Clemens and Nelson's wage study to be effective as of Monday, September 4th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize a pay increase for Glenn Cooper, Records Manager, Printer, Microfilm, due to job description was refactored by Clemens and Nelson's wage study to be effective as of Monday, September 4th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve anniversary probationary step increase for the following non-bargaining employees. Michelle Connor, Building.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay. In accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1, the Board of Commissioners moves into executive session to consider the employment or dismissal of a public employee.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. If we'd ask you to step up.
That's okay. So do I need to start over?
Yeah, we just
Okay.
did that over again.
Okay.
I was recording though, just not
Yeah,
streaming.
that's okay. So there was action, and I will make a motion. The Board of Commissioners authorizes to remove and terminate Donald Minor from employment with Water Resources Department effective at the end of the business day on August 25th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Jackie, you're up.
Morning.
Good morning. I like your hair. You meant to say that on the elevator. It's just like,
Thank
There's
you.
something
I know it's different.
yeah, right?
I like it.
Thank you.
I told her I already
Okay, my turn. I like your hair.
Could you look at the camera? No.
I get a yes vote on it. Show everybody.
Alright.
All right. So I don't think anything is out of the ordinary with any of my resolutions. But resolution number 7, I just wanted to point out we're doing a cash advance to the Homeland Security Grant Fund because it's a reimbursement and
Yeah.
they're short on cash right now. They've done a cash request, but they haven't received it yet.
Yeah.
So that's it, unless the board has any questions.
Nope.
Alright. In accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the August 17th, 2023 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to process the August 17th, 2023 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, the Board of County Commissioners certifies to the Portage County Auditor annual sewer maintenance assessments for Mogador Sewer District Number 8 to be levied on the 2023 tax duplicate payable in 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, certification to the Portage County Auditor of annual sewer maintenance assessments for Germain Reserve subdivision to be placed on the 2023 tax list and duplicate payable in 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the award from the Ohio Attorney General's Office Drug Abuse Response Team, DART, grant program on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Portage County Board of Commissioners certifies to the Portage County Auditor the stormwater user fees.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Portage County Board of Commissioners certifies to the Portage County Auditor annual maintenance assessments for county assessed ditches to be levied on 2023 tax duplicate payable in 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to revise resolution 23-0479 for cash advance requirement from Fund 8300 Solid Waste General Administration to Fund 0001 General Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the cash advance from Fund 001 General Fund to Fund 1166 EMPG Homeland Security Grant.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you. Shannon, good morning.
Alrighty, good morning.
Hair looks nice.
Yeah, parking lot's looking good.
What's that?
The parking lot, they got it all.
I know.
like
It's
6 inches
looking
down.
nice. Looks
That's
good.
gonna move quicker.
It will. I
That's
hope.
cool.
I don't want to say that
Unless
out
we
loud.
keep
I don't want to
this
say that out loud.
weather up.
Right. You're right about that. Okay. Project updates.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
Okay. At the administration building, they put in all the 5 solid wood doors on the first floor.
We'll have to go see
They look so
them.
nice,
Good.
and it's pretty close match to the stain. I think they look really
They're
nice.
really good.
Yeah.
Those-
So.
Even the old doors look really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they
really
do.
good.
Yep. You're right. The building department, so we've come to a decision to go with the original plan to do the front window and the door like we did and out of our purchase order. And maintenance is gonna help with the ADA requirements.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna work together with Joe on that. The asphalt for this, in front of the maintenance garage is gonna be done today. I even called to verify, I said, are you sure? And they said, yep, we'll be there around 9.
Tell
they're
them
gonna
to call
do
the
it.
parking lot guys and so start to work today.
Or yeah, it just depends, I think, on what they're doing, so, that's all I have there for the admin building, and I move on to the EMA EOC. The demo is in progress, and it's supposed to be completed by the 29th, so the next phase that they're gonna do is put in the piers for the supports in the ground for the additional, building that's added on. So, we have weekly meetings on that one, cause it's such a fresh project, so I'll keep you guys up to date once I know stuff too. Cause my next one is gonna be on site, so. Let's see, moving to the engineer's old site, it continues on the next page. The abandonment is complete, I got the paperwork this morning, we are done.
Awesome.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yes,
Good work.
right, yes. So that's very
Party
exciting.
favors.
Yes.
We should have a dedication for that.
No, party. So the next step is, what is the board want me to do for the next step with that property?
Wasn't the plan to
Sell it?
sell it?
Yes.
That would be a really good
Okay,
idea.
we'll get the bid ready to sell.
Now, which one is this?
That's
the old engineer
old-
site.
I thought that already has transferred to Family and Community
Oh,
Services.
did it?
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that.
We were
Okay.
still liable for that cleanup.
Oh, okay.
No, it's owned by FNCS.
Okay, I'll look into that and I'll check it
I
out.
remember that.
I didn't,
It was way before you.
it was way before probably.
Yeah.
That's why I have white hair.
So we're done then, right? So
Awesome.
I should
Yeah,
probably
double
reach
check
out to Mark
that.
Frazone.
Do you have that address for that
Bring
property?
my-
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
about
the
that.
contact was on.
Yeah, I can contact Mark.
Well, I think before we contact him, I would check the title or.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask that first.
Yeah, cause I can look it up here, but do you have anything else?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Moving on to the prosecutors, I'm still pending a new quote, and he's pushing them to get another quote
For the
for the
scaffold?
addition, the scaffolding. So, so that's kind of pending. They're still working around it anyway.
Has it leaked?
He said no. He's like, with the rainstorms coming in, all the parts that they've done, there's no leaks.
Awesome.
So
Good.
they're happy
I
about
can't, I
that.
just can't believe that that's the original, they screwed up originally. And it's been, what, 15 years?
Uh-huh. That's what Chris said, right? 15 or 14 or 15.
Yeah, wow.
They moved in there in what, 2008?
Mm-hmm, so that's what he said, yeah. Okay, moving to the Ravenna Courthouse, it continues to the next page. The second phase has started, as you guys have seen. They closed down at the end on Tuesday and opened up the new parking area to start the old area. So, and it does look really nice. And they are going to, there's some little sinking areas with water puddles and stuff, and they're gonna fix those when they do the second phase. The probate court renovation, second and third floor, the walls are down and their subs have started in there. So that's good there. And the record center, the concrete is complete and the asphalt is complete and it looks really good. And the power washing will be done by Friday if it's not already done yet.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Did they
and-
invite you to go?
No,
I'm sorry.
I thought it was
wouldn't
gonna be
let
fun.
them
I was
do it.
gonna
I'm sorry
help.
you
I didn't change my number or anything.
They're also gonna do some weeding out there, cause with the rain, the
They're
weeds
weeding.
never
Big
spin.
road, yeah.
So, and that's all I have for that.
Excellent. Good. You guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. Is there anything, Shannon, you wanna comment on any of your resolutions? They all look normal.
No,
but
they're
I didn't
pretty-
know if you had.
They're pretty, no, I'm good today, thank you.
Okay. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to update the financial institution on the depository agreement to Premier Bank on behalf of the Portage County Treasurer.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes, roll call. Sorry.
I'll make a motion, that the Board of Commissioners accepts and awards the bid for the Portage County Juvenile Court Furniture Package.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to reject all bids and approving the revised plan specification and estimate of cost and setting the date and time for acceptance of bids for the construction of project SH-223-010 Bolingbrook wastewater treatment plant sludge tank replacement in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Shalersville Township.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I make a motion the Commissioners agrees to reject all bids and approving the revised plan specifications and estimate of cost and setting the date and time for acceptance of bids for the construction of project number MB-023-130 Manaway Wastewater Treatment Plant clarifiers covers for the Portage County Water Resources Department.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the preparation of plans, specifications, and estimate of cost for project number BR-W23170 Brimfield Water Treatment Plant Filter Improvements Project in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Brimfield Township.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Kimley Horn and Associates, Inc. on behalf of Portage County Water Resources Department.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Green Star Mid-America for processing services for the Solid Waste District.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts the contract change order number 2 and the final to construction agreement between Marucci and Gaffney Company for the 2022 Newton Falls Road Bridge Replacement Project RAV-126 C177A in Ravenna Township, Portage County.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Sheila.
much. The address for that kind of pops into my head. Is it 643 Cleveland Road, maybe? 643 Cleveland Road, maybe?
Yeah, you know what? Let me.
I don't know why that keeps
I'll
popping in my
text
head.
you.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
643.
Cleveland Road.
Let's go on to miscellaneous.
Okay. Let's see here, miscellaneous. In accordance with Ohio Revised Code, section 325.07, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's Transportation and Prisoners Report for July 2023 as presented by the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for August 14th, 2023 through August 20th, 2023 as presented by Chief Dog Warden Dave McIntyre.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the August 21st, 2023 certificate of the county auditor that the total annual appropriations from each fund do not exceed the amended official estimate of resources for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2023 as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners receive the August 10th, 2023 correspondence from the Portage County Sheriff's Office, including the monthly record of proceedings and transactions for July 2023 in accordance with Ohio Revised Code, section 325.07.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go to resolutions. The Board of Commissioners authorizes the County Prosecutor's Office to file a declaratory judgment action in the Court of Common Pleas, seeking the court to approve the transfer and conveyance from the Portage County Regional Airport Authority for all of its rights, titles, and interests in all real property, personal property, and agreements to the Portage County Board of Commissioners, and also for the Common Pleas Court to approve the dissolution of the Portage County Regional Airport Authority and the Portage County Regional Airport Authority Board of Trustees.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
That was like a half a paragraph.
That's all right.
All right, and the last one, the Board of Commissioners approves and authorizes the execution of conveyance agreement concerning all real property, personal property, and agreements for the Portage County Regional Airport Authority Board of Trustees to the Portage County Board of Commissioners.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm glad to see that happen. We will take a recess for about 8 minutes before public comment. Do we have any public comment yet?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll may come back at 9:30.
I just have an aside. I wasn't for the meeting about the windows and the $35,000 overage, but I completely agree that was unacceptable. And I'm surprised Chris Maduri couldn't look through that contract and find some clause that said if either party wants to change his contract, then you have to go through all kinds of machinations to get it done, or that there's some kind of penalty.
Well, you know, the important part that they left out in the paper was we are paying for the scaffolding and we don't even get to keep it. We
Well,
pay,
they don't, nobody uses permanent scaffolding, everybody, unless it's a
Exactly.
huge, unless it's some trillion-dollar company, they all rent scaffolding.
oh,
No, they have to make this.
mm-hmm.
They have to make it, they're not renting it from someplace?
No.
They have to make it because
Oh.
it's that wide.
Because it's an unusual
It's in
size,
between the
huh?
buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That is still, I just find that personally unacceptable, and like I say, I'm surprised Chris couldn't find some part of the contract that said that was a violation of the contract.
Well, on Chris's behalf, just
Yeah.
saying, the company that put the windows in went bankrupt.
They're
So
gone.
they're no longer
Well,
in
yeah, I
existence, so
remember
there's no
that.
one to really fall back on.
Can't get 'em.
But I mean, you hired someone to put in new windows,
They
That's that
used-
company.
No, to fix them.
to fix them, yeah.
And then the way they did it last time, they put a crane over the buildings and went in, and that building will not allow, that property owner will not allow us to use a crane.
Because of different time, yeah.
Because
But still,
yeah.
you know, they made a contract to do a job, and then they
Mhm.
said, oh, by the way, we forgot to
I would bring
include
that
this
up
in
with
our
Chris.
bid."
I'll let you do that.
Well, next time you just show me the contract,
Yeah.
which I doubt would be possible, but still, I'm not an attorney, Chris is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Me neither.
And they're no longer in business, so it doesn't really matter.
But she's talking about the people that are fixing it now.
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about the contract to fix it now.
Are there any public comments?
Oh, we gotta reconvene.
Reconvene Board of Commissioners out of recess. Motion? Yep.
Motion.
Second.
No, there's no
No
vote
motion.
for
Oh,
that.
no.
No motion.
Are there any public comments?
No, sir.
Okay, so we will recess until 10 o'clock.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
So 1 to 10 o'clock. All right, we'll
September 5th.
go to reconvene as Board of Commissioners from recess. Michelle, would you give us an update on
Sure,
the
I'd like to
airport?
give an update, just letting the board know that Robert Hardigan, our new airport manager, will be starting on September 5th. He was highly recommended. He has great qualifications. I thought he interviewed very, very well, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
Excellent.
Us
So,
as well.
so we're doing, come on, we're doing the, everything's transferring over. One of we haven't talked about the HBO with
FBO.
FBO. So Chris is going to come in and give us an update on that
Yeah.
because we'd like everything to be done at the very same time, and I
Yes.
did explain
Correct.
that to Chris.
Yes.
So he is on it.
Mhm.
Those two resolutions that were passed earlier
Yes.
today, that will coincide with some of the other
Perfect.
things that we are working on.
Yeah, there's a lot of people excited about that.
Yeah.
There is.
A lot of people.
Oh, and I just wanted to follow up with Shannon. I was correct. It had transferred years ago to
Okay.
JFS. It's just one of
Was
those
that
things
cleanup?
as a government entity, no matter who we sold it to or whatever, we were still responsible for it. So
Okay.
it's taken that many years. And that's why they never did anything with it yet.
That property that we just
Family
cleared.
Community
Yeah,
Services.
Has it.
owns the one. We just did all the,
Excellent.
yeah.
Good memory.
So where's the rest of the plan?
They're here, they were hitting the restroom because they
Okay.
had a 3-hour drive or 2.5, I don't know what,
Yeah.
through the
Okay.
storm. Storm was right over central Ohio, so I
Oh,
figure
yeah.
they probably had an interesting ride
Yeah.
up.
Fine.
But they are here, so they're
Okay,
coming up any
great.
minute now.
So we'll just wait for them. Do you have anything else you wanna?
You want
Go
us to
over?
go ahead
I
and
have
just
my
go
resolution.
through
Let's
your-
let's do that.
Okay. Just one, it's my regular shared resolution for, child support.
Okay. I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1414 Child Support Administration to 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. So keep going. You
There,
got time to kill.
that's
Oh, there they are.
That's
Come
all
on
I
in.
got. That's all I got.
Come on in. Come on in.
Good morning. Good
Good morning,
We
guys.
have a visitor in Portage County.
Oh, we
Okay.
did.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
Good. I'm Tony Bedlamini.
Matt Dam Schroeder, pleasure to meet you.
Mike Tinley.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Matt. We've
How
met
are you?
before
Yeah, it's
down
great
at
seeing you
CCO.
again.
Yeah, last year. Good to see you.
Nice meeting you. Hi, everybody.
It was a
Well,
wet
welcome.
drive from Columbus, but they made it
How's the
safe.
weather?
It was getting better the closer we got here, so.
Well, it's such an honor to have you come and
Thank
visit
you
us
very much.
today.
It's really the honor's mine. I am getting around to all 88 county JFSs, and it's, as you guys know, Governor DeWine is very much a local government governor. Cares very deeply about what's happening from a service delivery standpoint, what we can do at the state to do better, to be better partners, and so important for him to get out and around, and so I decided I needed to get out and visit all 88 JFSs and all of our children's services offices and high managed jobs offices around the state to find out what we can do at the state to do a better job of supporting you all in the service delivery that the state asks you to do. So you've got a great director here, and I'm excited to learn more about her team and what we can do at the state to help.
So, for the state and with Governor DeWine and the initiatives that we've all heard, what are some of the things that he would like to do for the counties, or do they have a set agenda that, hey, besides helping out, what can we do better to help us? What's the agenda for the governor with the counties?
Well, a lot of the governor's agenda as it relates to job and family services is around kids. The last two budgets, the governor's pushed hard for additional funding to the counties for children's services. So, we've more than doubled the state child protection allocation from the state. The work that we're doing with Ohio Start around trying to avoid long-term separation from parents and their kids when there's an opioid addiction involved, and that program, which is really great around the state, as well as the multi-system youth money and Ohio Rise and those kinds of things. So a big agenda around kids and families, especially in the child protection side, and then also workforce. Number one issue, really, I think, for the state, for our future. And so, we're doing a lot of work right now, kind of redesigning our public assistance, workforce, employment programs with SNAP employment and training, and trying to really do a better job of connecting the workforce boards with the public assistance programs, so that there's a more seamless handoff sometimes for someone who's on public assistance to connect with the resources that are available at the workforce office. So, for folks that have the combined JFS and OMJ Center, there's already some of those things that exist, but seeing what more we can do there.
Speaking of that, about SNAP, and then we talk about sometimes Medicaid, how is the recertification for eligibility? I know we have that big influx that now we have to recertify everyone for their eligibility. How is that going? Kelly Jo, maybe you can speak to that from our perspective, and then I'd be interested to hear from your director across the state. How is that going?
Yeah, well, Medicaid's under a different director,
Oh,
Director Maureen
okay.
Corcoran, but definitely
Oh.
the
They're
Director of
close together,
Medicaid,
yeah.
yeah, they work together, but it's because it interfaces with all public assistance.
Oh,
But it
okay.
has taken a toll on staff that we have more work to do in that space, but we did get additional funds for the overtime project.
Yeah.
But it's a huge project, and there's lots of oversight from the Medicaid
Good.
side, and we're doing our best to get through
I
them.
see your ads and stuff out
Yeah.
to try and encourage people.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
And something that is in your wheelhouse
That's
is, I have to give kudos to the governor, because the prior administration did nothing but cut a lot of children's services. I mean, when we were starting to get into the height of the increase, of our custody and everything, it seemed like every time we turned around, Kelly Jo, you can speak to this, our funding was getting cut, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
When you needed more money. So you've seen quite a difference in this administration, I take it, as far as putting funding into programming and stuff for.
Yeah, we definitely, we're dealing right now, as we talk about when I report, with the placement crisis issue.
Yes.
There is the governor appointed Kara Wente as the new cabinet director for the kids cabinet. So right now it's under Director Dan Schroeder, and I know there's gonna be a phenomenal handoff and a collaborative team, but there's a lot of intention in addressing that issue right now, so we see it in all counties, but I think there's good communication right now, and we're really optimistic on what the future can look like for all of us.
Yeah, and that's part of why the governor, when I started at JFS a little over 2 years ago, I remember a conversation with the governor. He said, "Well, who wakes up every morning and all they think about at the state is kids?" And for Job and Family Services, I wake up every morning thinking about a lot of things. And so, so we wanted to create a cabinet office that reports directly to the governor, that focuses on child care, child welfare system, and some other initiatives. And so, like Kelly Jo said, Kara Wente will be the new director of that agency that we're working on. As it does relate to Medicaid, Kelly Jo mentioned the additional funding from the state to help with that, but I think it's actually going well in terms of all the counties, including you all, kind of meeting the timely objective, the Medicaid put out objectives for how many cases to work on each month over the course of a year, and so all the counties are hitting those numbers, which is good. More in the JFS space, I think a big concern we had earlier in the year was when Congress ended the pandemic enhanced allotments for SNAP, and what that would do for folks. And I'm actually really proud of our state team and working with the counties on communications with SNAP recipients, so that we were ahead of time, kind of preparing everybody. These are temporary levels of support. They're going to go away eventually. And once Congress made that decision in December, immediately started communicating, the date. It's coming. It's coming. So although it was, disruptive for households and had an impact, especially at a time when food prices are higher than they were.
Inflation,
People understood what was happening, why it was happening, and there wasn't as much, I think, of surprise on the part of both SNAP recipients and grocers alike, that have changes to those things. So So hopefully some of the Medicaid things are following on in that same vein with communications and letting people know that, you know, that they need to re-enroll if they're eligible, and you know, the importance of returning all the paperwork and those kinds of things.
I think the commissioners, recently are seeing an uptick in some calls that are escalating
Sure.
to them. It's not typical that they get those calls, but our call centers are a bit higher in volume because as we're taking people off, we're seeing lots of questions and concerns, so we're having to redirect people. And so proud of our Board of Commissioners in Portage County because they allotted ARPA dollars to help our local food banks during that time. They recognized the impact, and so I thank all of you because it did impact
Yeah.
communities in a huge way, especially Portage. So
I'm really 3 years at this, so I'm still confused.
That's all right.
Stay that way. So what I hear that, you know, what the state's doing, the governor is saying, hey, put more money into this for multiple areas, whether it's for food or for communication there. I hear Kelly Jo on a weekly basis tell us what she's doing. Well, the answer still doesn't make any sense to me. It's because there's more of a systemic, I know it's more money, it's more time. How do we, is there a fix? Because it sounds like we keep giving and the issue keeps growing. And as from this side, it's very confusing. It's like, yeah, we're doing this. How is there something we can do, a government can do, which I think they can't, but how do we systemically start dealing with this besides giving more money at it and having more people working?
Yeah. So I think, you know, part of the answer is I think two things. One is on the workforce development side, you know, helping people connect to work opportunities. We're also in that same vein. You know, we've done a lot of work over the last couple of years with a pilot project we call the Benefit Bridge, because one of the things that we're, you know, that challenges people is, you know, if a household is getting, I don't know, we'll make up a number, you know, $400 in food assistance each month, you know, they have to jump a pretty sizable distance to move from, you know, a job that's maybe paying, you know, $15, $16, $17 an hour to something higher to replace those wages. And so any of us would make the rational economic decision of, I'm only going to work, you know, these 16 hours a week at this rate so that I can keep this, you know, keep the benefits. So one of the things that we're working on is both a JFS side, but also a new program that the legislature authorized in this budget that will engage employers about how do we help people kind of avoid that cliff that becomes a barrier to moving off of public assistance and kind of jump from being in public assistance and jumping out into economic independence. So that's a big piece. I think the other one really,
and we're a pilot county.
I know
too.
and they're doing, and we're really excited about it because I think over the last couple of years we've gained a lot of insight around things that do work, things that maybe aren't as effective, how to measure, and so as we kind of refine that and put some kind of programmatic guardrails around it based on the experiences of the counties, we're going to roll it out to more. The other piece, I think, candidly, and this has been part of the governor's agenda, is around addressing mental and behavioral health challenges that is a barrier for a lot of folks, and especially with youth. Around with Ohio Rise and additional dollars, you know, as some of those challenges become more complex, you know, where are opportunities that we can create community-based solutions instead of, you know, finding a bed in a residential facility in Pennsylvania or somewhere else. So
if we have you here, so I
Yeah.
gotta keep going.
Absolutely.
So if I understood what you just said in the work programs that you're, if I'm allowed to work, so I'm getting assistance, food assistance, and then I'm allowed to work 16 hours a week, or a dollar amount that
it's an economic calculation for
Yeah.
eligibility, so it depends on how many hours you're working and at what rate.
Yeah, so that's where my brain shuts off because of the way I grew up. It's my dad was disabled, my mother worked 2 jobs, and then we started going to work, and then it's, you made more than $2,000, take the money back away from mom and dad. So sometimes the way the government's we make decisions. I think I'm part of the government now, but the way we make decisions is that if I'm gonna get ahead, and then as soon as I get ahead over this little threshold, I lose everything. So what is an incentive? Like for I go back 50 years or longer, that, you know, if we made $2,000 in an entire year and we were making $1.90 an hour, it's that you're gonna take away at the end of the year the financial aid you gave for somebody with kids. So 60 years later, I'm still seeing the same thing or hearing the same things. And that does, because we keep doing the same thing over and over, and I think there's a word for it, but it's not smart. But but what do we do with that? How do we change that?
No, it's
Because
a
you just
good
said
question.
what I grew up with.
Yeah. So I think one of the things a challenge that we have is just like counties administer our state programs on behalf of the federal government, which is SNAP. You know, the benefit cliff is kind of built into SNAP at a federal level. An area that we have control over, where we've kind of learned from the challenge of that cliff, is on the publicly funded child care system. So what we have is you have an entrance eligibility of now 145% of federal poverty, but you can stay in to 300%, and as that household increases their own economic capacity and moves up from 145 to 200 to 250, the state support tapers off, and the co-pays that the family picks up starts to increase. So instead of pulling the rug out from under that family from a child care standpoint, we allow them to stay into 300% of eligibility, and then they can gradually pick up their an increasing share of it. In a perfect world, that's what SNAP would look like, but it doesn't.
How far away from perfect?
Well,
Quite
a congressional act. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for entertaining me.
And oh, do you have anything, Mike? Okay. And one of the things just to add to Commissioner Badalamenti's is, I've always been one of those folks to give a hand up, not a handout. I think the whole society and the whole government process, we need to start teaching those folks that this is a temporary fix and work harder on how to get them off the system. Because when you have generations after generation of the same family on the system, it's broken. We're not doing them any favors. And that's why I was glad when Kelly Jo informed us that we were going to be part of the Bridge program, because I'm like, yes, because just as everyone said, it's like we're punitive to them. We encourage them to go out and get a job. Employers are dying for people. The minute they do, the first thing we do is, congratulations on your new job, but we're cutting $400 of your food stamps. For a single mom who has 2, 3, 4 kids, that's a lot. So I am glad that they're at least doing that, but I really think that it starts from the beginning, again, that just like it was originally came to fruition, it was temporary, but now, like you said, how do you get them off? How do we educate them to understand it's temporary and this is what you need to do because it's not going to be? And I remember back in the days where folks were on the system, if they were able to work, they had to go out and prove that they were looking for a job or get a job. Otherwise, they would get cut. I mean, they tried that, I know, at one point in time. So, but
Well, I think that's one of the successes of the Benefit Bridge pilot so far, and really some of the stories that have come out of a number of the counties are just really exciting in terms of families who have been in cycles of poverty for generations. Now having there's a great story out of Licking County, a young woman who's also has custody of her 2 younger brothers. Again, generational poverty challenges, and with the work of the Benefit Bridge and kind of pulling all of the programs together, got her GED, became a phlebotomist, got a job at the hospital, and is on a career path now, and can see a future for herself that doesn't involve public assistance. And it took some hard work on her part and on the agency's work. and having, funding there, between, the PRC funding and the GRF for Benefit Bridge to kind of make sure that, those things that happened to all of us in life, wasn't the thing that pushed her back onto public assistance. But it's, we're making headway
Yeah.
on some of these challenges.
We are.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Thank you.
And we didn't get here overnight. We know we won't
Yeah.
change it overnight, but at least start heading in the right direction. And a lot of these folks don't have family that encourages them because they're intimidated of the fact that they get off the system and further themselves. And that's where I think our support and education to them, and I know Kelly Jo and her team do a phenomenal job with the participants in our programs here. So, yeah.
Do you have anything else for us?
No, we're gonna tour the building and
Great.
go over to a
Thank you very
Halloween
much for
show.
stopping by.
Enjoy the fair.
Rain.
There
There you
Michelle,
go.
you can, well, why don't you come out to the fair? It's only about 10 minutes away.
I wish I would've.
Nice meeting you, sir. Thanks so much.
Good to see you again. Yes.
Thanks, Kelly Jo.
Thank you, have a good,
Thank you,
oh,
guys.
could we have a picture with you?
Oh, yeah,
We had
absolutely.
Audrey come up, do you mind, would you mind?
No,
taking a
happy to,
picture?
Audrey
sure.
is gonna take. Do you want to come up here, Director?
I'll do whatever you guys tell me to do.
Yeah.
I'll follow you.
Do you think
Bring
you
money.
come up here?
Hey, you said.
It never hurts to ask.
You don't wanna be in a picture?
We'll put those that are most important.
Well, I'm not important, but I just want to be amongst important people.
Why not?
Well, I mean,
That is important.
There we go. Take a couple.
Okay.
Thank you.
One more over here.
You did Michelle do it.
Sorry.
It's like a wedding.
If you look at.
Try not to.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
Pleasure to meet you.
you. Thank
Have a
you.
great afternoon.
Safe travels in
Thank you
this
so
weather.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So we have two.
Is there anything else to come before the board?
Oh, yes. Shannon did get back. I was right. It had already transferred to Family and Community
Mhm, they have
Services. It didn't matter who we sold it to.
Do we
were
have to
still
do
on the
anything
hook.
now that once it's completed,
No,
done,
that-
if we're
now
done?
they can do something because they couldn't really do anything
Yeah,
with it.
okay.
So,
Good, so that's another one off the checklist.
and another thing I want to give a shout out to our team and especially Sarah who ordered all our promotionals for the
Mhm.
fair. The kids are loving. We have stress
Yeah.
balls. We have the string bags that you can wear, and even the adults like all this stuff. So
Mhm.
our team did a good job.
Our team did always. it's doing great.
Everyone's coming to our booth.
Welcome aboard, Sarah with H. Good job.
Yeah.
Good team. Okay.
Wait, she's not a Sarah with a H, are you?
Mhm.
What the heck?
Where you been?
Or Sarah too.
Sarah too.
Sorry.
Is there anything else to come before the board?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina.
No, I want to stay forever. Yes.
Duh, yeah. We'll see y'all at the fair. Have a
See
great
ya.
day. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks, Mets.